OrthoMind refers to the use of your mind in the correct way. So the root is ortho, which means straight. Latin, its Greek root is orthos, which also means correct, perfect, safe. So it has an idea of when everything is correct, perfection. OrthoMind, the perfection of the mind. Now, it's the root back to the ancient Greek is important because we are representing a methodology that is universal in many ways, but particularly goes back to the ancient Indian philosophies and practice, going back thousands of years of the analysis and the perfection of a human being in their life. So this was something that was just worked out, how you get to basically doing your best, being at your very best, and performing at your best, and feeling at your best. So, there's no self-limiting, blocking, anxiety, suffering. And this was worked out, and we've represented it in a way which is more scientifically acceptable, and using a language which is more acceptable to many people who might not otherwise approach it. So OrthoMind, it works in 4 basic steps, or they're not exactly steps because they can apply to different people. There are 4 parts to it. The first and very important is that we call integration, personal integration. This means to bring together your mental power, your vital power of breathing, and your physical power, your kinetic, so that they work together to create a kind of harmony and coherence which both liberates energy and improves the functioning of those things. And that is a daily practice, which is just a few minutes of bringing mind, breath and body together, and that slowly accumulates so that we do that every morning, and the effect is cumulative. We feel better, and we have more clarity, less anxiety, less fear, and less incoherence. We have more coherence internally, and that affects our interactions with others, how we see what we have to do, and how we apply ourselves to whatever it is we have to do. The second part of OrthoMind is investigation, and that means a kind of asking questions to resolve who you are. The ancient question, who am I? And the reply, know thyself, to know who we are, using logic and inference and experience of what we know about, or what we can find out about life, that we are all living. So in a way it is to clarify how we are in reality. Now this is a philosophical or scientific approach which will allow you to free yourself of a lot of conditioning that affects many people and has done for many years. It's just part of a kind of what they call the veil that veils our understanding of ourselves. Through investigation we can make a cognitive, intellectually, we can get much closer to the truth. The third part is acceptance, and that is not to create resistance to whatever is going on in ourselves, so we can forgive ourselves, accept ourselves as we are at any one point, even though we work to improve, accept our situation, the people around us, wherever we find ourselves, which could be favorable or not favorable, and accept whatever outcome comes of our attempts to improve ourselves. So acceptance is very important, because otherwise we tend to create conditions on how we are going to become or realize, are the best, and we might get it wrong. So that creates this sort of blocking and then tightness of the heart in a way, that acceptance, openness of the heart allows us to be open to life in all its mystery. So those are the three which work to personal integration, which is a work we do, a thinking we do with investigation, and acceptance, which is to do with the heart, mind, body, and heart. And that is the basic work of OrthoMind. And it is done daily process on courses and trainings and reading, and one can do it by oneself or with a trainer. And it all leads to a kind of fourth state where one kind of arrives at understanding and a peace or clarity which tends to dissolve whatever remaining fears we have, or give us the antidote to any kind of suffering that comes along in life, and we can really be our best. So, and that is realization, which is a not really in the heart or the mind or the body. It's a sort of gestalt, or something that comes along as the other three work together, and the extra energy is liberated, and we can use that to have a new perception of who we are. That's basically, OrthoMind, and it can be used at home or at work or in any situation you want, and for any people you can adapt it to each situation that you're in.